Hi Frugals. Today we're outside and I'm going to talk a little bit about how my kids have fun outside, but frugally. Kids don't have to cost a fortune and they can also just have lots of fun with a little bit of nothing. So I'm going to give you a little tour. Here we go. Okay, so we're outside behind our house and this is our tree house. And we've built it with just stuff that we have around the house. They have a little Lego bucket that is on a pulley and it goes to the ground, and they have their little rope ladder. And over here they have another ladder just that we built out of lumber that we just had laying around. So that's really fun. They have a good time. It's in the horse pasture, and so that's fun too. And then there's just a little swing for grown-ups to sit on while the kids play. So we have that. And then we'll walk up to the garden. Gardening is a family activity for us, and the kids are always involved. But the garden is done, and so this has turned into a big playground for the kids. So what they like to do is come and drive trucks and dig holes and bury treasure, and they just have a big time doing that. They like to dig up worms for the chickens, so they just have a really fun time with that. Then we have our swing set, and our swing set was purchased at Walmart very inexpensively, but we've had it for a lot of years. So that's frugal fun. And then we have our swimming pool, and we've had that for quite a few years. And one of the ways that we save with our pool is we leave it up in the winter, and so we don't have to have the cost of filling the pool every year. And we have a bigger pool pump than what comes with the pool, and so that really helps us keep the pool clean. It cleans it in no time. So on to the other end of the yard. And we didn't clean up the yard for the video, so forgive us for that. But the kids have lots of room to play. We have about 8 acres here, so that's nice. Right here is our tree stump slide. We had a big windstorm and it knocked a tree down, so we found this green slide in my father-in-law's dump pile. He was just going to take it to the dump, so we took it and Rob bolted it onto the tree stump, and so they have all these roots to climb on and drive trucks over and drive their bikes over, and then we carved little footholes so they can climb up and go down the slide. And we have our picnic table, and that was just here when we moved in about 12 years ago. So that's been here. We have our sandbox, and that just provides hours and hours of fun. And then this, let me back up so you can see it, is our playhouse. That was here when we moved. They used to keep calves in it, but we put a floor in it, and there's like a ladder the inside that leads up to a balcony, and we have a basketball hoop hooked to it, and so they can come up and look at the cows across the road and slide. That slide was here when we moved in 12 years ago, and we just tore it off the swings that it was on and hooked it to our playhouse. So that's really fun. There's a tube over here that they can, right there, that white tube, that they can talk into, and there's one up on the balcony so they can talk to each other like a little telephone. And then during that same windstorm, a branch or a big part of this tree fell out, and so we, with a chainsaw, carved a little seat into it, and so the children like to sit there and read, and that's fun. And then we have our trampoline. that we paid full price for, but we bought it, probably 10 years ago. And we've just taken care of it. So they have that to play with. So children need things to do outside, especially for us because we homeschool. And so we need to give them things to do outside because they don't get to go to school and play on the cool equipment. So we try to give them plenty to do, but we don't want to spend a lot of money to do it. And so this is our way to have fun outside, the frugal way. Have a great day, ladies. I'm back. There's a couple things I wanted to show you and I forgot. So this is our soccer net. Rob built that just out of lumber we had laying around, and some orange plasticky fence stuff that was given to us. So the kids like to play soccer with that. So that's really super fun. And one other thing is our tire swing. That's just obviously an old tire. But they play with that every single day. And that's also on a really cool old tree with all the roots. So they really enjoy that. And the last thing I wanted to show you is our little spot that we have fires to roast marshmallows. That's over here. But the kids, how they play with it is they'll line up their camp chairs around it and pretend to roast marshmallows and pretend to camp, and they bring all sorts of things outside to set up their camp and pretend that they're camping, and it's just really fun. And they use their imagination and they're very creative. So those are the last couple things. So again, have a great day.